Hello beautiful people, future me. Welcome to another programming workout of mine. I will be doing 5 minutes of typing exercise and then I will spend 25 minutes or so on a Spring tutorial. So let's get started with it. I do typing on a typing.io. That's my uh, place of choice to improve my typing capabilities. I'll just start with it. Excuse me. Okay, we'll do Ruby on Rails, that's fine. So this, and start the timer. So, I kind of like how it looks, not too much special characters. Oh no. Okay, what is the result? 5%. Well, it is what it is. Just keep practice. That's the main thing. Don't let anything to stop you. That's the game we were playing. Find values. Find values. TUP. And alias. Well, new. Def. Create. This. And block. Oh, come on. Okay, and running the music in Firefox seems to be even worse. Class create and block and def create and then bam 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 args block scoping class create, and here it says args block and the first or create attributes nil options and block first create attributes options and block and the first or create attributes nil options that. Oh crap, typo. It will take forever with this delay to correct it. It's really laggy, really laggy. it appears like with second delay on the screen what I type. Create. You know what? I will try to play it in the other and in here in Chrome and see if that is better. Which one is okay, so listing into which one is which? Thing is nothing. I want to see if that or not. Load. Maybe I just cannot play the music on Chrome, I suppose, while doing typing on any kind of exercise. It's look at that. See it? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Usable. Okay, one of them is playing, two of them is playing, them is playing, them are playing. Now, after a while, so, well, we will close you for a moment. Not the Amiga music right now, not the Amiga music of this sort, not this guy. I want the, okay, it's the first one in the row, it seems like. If it ever loads. Yeah, that's the music I want. That will be faster or slower. It's pretty horrible right now. I need to correct this. It's options and block and I think it's better. Okay, it might be bad when I'm doing it in Chrome, but it's definitely worse if I'm having a Firefox open at the same time. Maybe I could try in the future to run everything in the Firefox and see how fast that goes. Yeah, this is definitely much better. Okay, so no Firefox. Anyway, so we'll go to the project, and here I have C. Might be to look what is in C also section in here. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll stop the typing timer and start the Spring timer. And what is it? Project Spring Boot. Push, get to the code, push to the pivotal. And at the end, somewhere in here, there is something. Okay, so accessing Gemfire data with REST, MongoDB, MySQL, JPA, Neo RESTful with AngularJS. Oh, here we go. There's something. Okay, so we'll go and have a look what those are about. jQuery, REST.js, securing React. Okay. Not sure how useful those will be to me. And Pivotal Gemfire with REST. Okay, so create and retrieve persons. Pivotal Gemfire. Okay, so that is something I'm not using. Pivotal Gemfire. Pivotal would be the company and Gemfire the product, I suppose. In-memory data grid powered by Apache Qt. Okay, so that I don't want. MongoDB. That's another database I don't use, so not that. MySQL. Well, we are doing that, but we are moving to PostgreSQL right now, so we'll not use this. I'll put a pin on that. Accessing data. Okay, accessing JPA data with REST. Okay, this looks interesting. This guide walks you through the process of creating an application that accesses relational JPA data through hypermedia-based RESTful frontend. What you build? You build Spring application that lets you create and retrieve person objects stored in the database by using Spring Data REST. Spring Data REST takes the features of Spring HATOAS and Spring JPA, Data JPA, and automatically combines them together. About 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you say? Okay, so I'm really curious. And do you have here the C also section? I'm curious. Yeah, that's the same C. That's the same, right? Oh, it's similar. I'll close the rest. Consuming REST. The AngularJS might be interesting to me. So we will do this guy. Okay. Spring Data also supports Spring, this Gemfire, Spring Data, MongoDB backend status stores, but those are not part of this guide. Okay. Need 15 minutes. Favorite text editor or ID. And different, I have that. How to complete this guide. Like most Spring Getting Started guides, you can start from scratch and complete each step or you can bypass basic setup steps that are already familiar to you. Either way, you end up with working code. working from scratch. We will do that. And we want, what do we want? We want REST, JPA, and H2. REST and H2. Okay, so we will do that. So REST. Okay, which one was it? REST repositories. Okay. Then Spring JPA, and H2, H2. Okay. Following image shows the initializer and the setup. Code example accessing data REST. Okay, I will. Okay. Accessing data REST. The preceding image shows the initializer with may have been chosen as a build tool. You can also Gradle. It also shows values com example and accessing data REST. Oh, come on. Com example accessing data REST. Okay, create. And we will save it into def. Come on. Idea projects, study as a Spring. It will go. That's probably the place where it belongs because it is on Spring IO, kinda. Is it right? I think it goes here. Yeah, it's Spring.io. Okay, so now I need to extract it. Extract. Spring.io, yes. I'll switch to IntelliJ and open the project. And we will go to Spring.io, and that is the REST guy accessing data REST. So open that. While doing so, I will be sneaky and move the project to the right place. That is study, and I want, where was it? Spring, and the REST service will go into Spring.io. Okay. Save that. Oh, this window, please. And I also need some file manager. That's another thing I will be hunting for next. Something which I can use everywhere. Okay, so there's something happening over here. Maybe, just maybe, it would be good for me to buy computer where this spyware will not be present from my company. Maybe I can use my Linux box. Oh, well, yeah, maybe it's time to take it out again. Okay, this should be like me waiting for eternity to do something. That's not what this video is supposed to be about. Well, I have you already, and if I have a look, okay, you go right top, you go by, I don't need you either. Okay. So, Spring Initializer, I did create it. Now, the preceding image shows the initializer with Maven chosen as build tool. You can also use Gradle. It also shows values of com.example and accessing data rest as the group and artifact, respectively. You will use those values throughout the rest of this sample. The following shows the POM XML file create when you choose Maven, so we can have a look at that. It will be in here. Maybe. Does it have any? Okay, this guy. The Maven can be smaller. This is the thing. Okay, so we did that. The following, let's build Gradle, create main domain object. Okay, so the main object will be person. It has an ID, first name, last name, getters and setters. And this one is generated. And this one says entity. So, okay, we will do that. And it's example accessing data rest. Okay, so I'm curious if I have that. Source, main, Java, com, example. Yeah, we do have. So here is our application and type person entity. So I'll do just that. Java class, and that will be person. It has three fields. Well, first, this will be annotated with entity. Okay, and then there's some problem. What do you say? Should have primary key. Okay, so we will do that. That will be public. Public. It is long, I think. Long ID. Like that, and here I have to say what was it? It did set should have primary key. Okay, if I do Alt Enter, add ID attribute. Okay, name ID. Yeah, sure. Type string. Um, I think they had something else, right? There's a long, and it's generated. And it didn't do anything. What happened here? Huh. If I do Alt Enter, add ID attribute, long, I say generated and press OK. It does nothing. And what is this? Can I do go back? Okay, it's because it has the entity annotation. Entity. Okay. So we have a that is a public or private? Private. Private long ID, and it will be uh, generated as, oh wow, generated value or generated? Well, it's ID from JavaX persistence. Import class, so the first one, and it has generated value for JavaX as well. Then we will have a private string name. Was it first name, last name? Yeah. First name and private string last name. We will do some generators in here. So both getters and setters, or just, yeah, getters and setters. So we will generate that. We will not write it. Getter and setter, and we want those two. Okay, we have that. That's cool. Let's continue. So it is entity ID and generated value, and there's a strategy. That's something I did not implement, so I do strategy, and here will be generation type auto. Yeah. Okay. The person object has a first name and a last name. There's also ID object that is configured to be automatically generated, so you need not deal with that. This repository is an interface and will allow you to perform repository. It's not repository, it's the main object. This repository is an interface that will allow you to perform various operations involving person objects. It gets these operations by extending paging and sorting repository interface designed in Spring Data Commons. At runtime, Spring Data REST will create an implementation of this interface automatically. Then it will use add repository REST resource annotation to direct Spring MVC to create RESTful endpoints at people. So, repository is something which talks to the database, if I understand, and we want person repository. Okay, so we will do that. In here, Java class, person repository. And I will type it in so I can remember it a little bit. Repository resource. Okay. So I do repository rest resource. Rest resource. And there were some parameters, and that was, oh wow, collection resource rel. Collections rel, and that was person, I believe. People. People. What does it mean? Is it the table name? Pet people. Pet. Uh, that will be people. Then we have it should extend this guy. So it will extend that guy, and we use diamond, and that was person long. Can I have like some info on it? Quick documentation. Nothing. What about if I do it here? No. Okay. Person long. Big L? Yeah. Okay, so we have that. Now I need to import it. And now it's okay. Must I abstract or implement abstract find all and okay, but I have a find by last name. Public interface. Oh, so it's in interface. So now interfaces are abstract, so that is okay. And we will have a that is it returns list person find by last name. Okay, list person, and we will say find by last name. Oh, nice. Not and that will be it takes string name. So string name like such, but we have some annotation in front of it, and the annotation says param and just name. I don't know what we are doing here. Param. Yeah, and here we'll say name like so. Now I need to import the list. Yeah, just normal list. Yeah. And we are done. We are done in here. So here's some explanation, which I'm curious about. This repository is an interface that lets you perform various operations involving person objects. It gets these operations by extending the paging and sorting repository interface. This interface that lets you perform various operations involving person objects. Okay, it gets these operations by extending paging and sorting repository. So we can have a look at that. We can have a look at that by looking into oh crap, not this one in here, and we will have a look at inherited things, inherited methods, and we can do find all. There is find all pageable. Okay, then we have a save all, find by ID, exists by ID, that returns boolean. Okay, find out. Oh, here's the return type. I see. Okay, count, delete, delete. Okay, so this is this is handy. This is really handy. Okay, so I see interface, and we are out of the time. So, well, what can I do? I can't say what we will do next. So, uh, I will create a MD file in here somewhere, and okay, I don't need this guy. Here's a help MD, which says what? Okay, I don't need the Maven now. Spring Boot Maven preference guides. Okay, read me first. Following configured. Okay, getting started. Free. Okay, so I will create another MD file, which will be my README. I will use my new fancy. So MD. I don't have the. Oh, can I have the SA? I don't know how they work. Okay, so I will say just file, and I will say progress and log.md. I'll open it. Cool. And then I will have here a few things. So first, this is okay. I will paste in what I have here. That's that. And this guy is called this tutorial. And here we will create the link. So here's the description. So we'll do that. Here I will steal the link, put it in here. So now it's clickable. Then I will say, go away, escape. Why? Escape doesn't work. Now it works. Weird. Next. And that will be like such. Oh, there's a code. This is the code. And it will be what? Create domain object. Create, and that will. So I'll delete that. We will put you into those. Create a section. So far, I just started it. Sure. I don't think I have a Git initialized. Git, create Git repository, and this will be accessing data rest. I think we are in, right? Yep. Okay. Then we will have a look here, and I will put you all in at 2 files. Yeah, add. It doesn't add the things inside of here, even though I selected it. Oh, it's in there already. There are some tests. Hey. Interesting. Okay, anyway, I will do the commit. This is initial commit and enter. Okay, so we are 5.5 minutes over. That means we are done. Done is better than perfect, and I will see you next time. Bye.